It's time now on Cairo to meet one of the Osuyu's Coyotes, and in this case, a lot of the interview is about his dad and his occupation. This interview can also be seen at the Osuyu'sCoyotes.com, right on the front of the website. This, folks, is Bryson Rody from Lake Stevens near Everett, Washington, right?
Yes.
Now, you're coming out. How are you enjoying your junior hockey so far?
It's been a lot of fun. I like all the guys, and it's definitely been a challenge. Different league.
Now, what about coming to Canada and playing in Canada? Is that different for you in a way?
Not really. My dad's from here. I've got a bunch of family back in Winnipeg. It's not too bad.
But you're not Canadian.
No, I'm not. But I played in the Canadian League last year, so I basically was here every weekend. So.
And you said your dad was from Winnipeg?
Yeah, he's from Winnipeg. He lives in Seattle now.
And he lives in Seattle. Now, this is unusual because your father watched the game last Saturday night in Buffalo.
Yeah, you did.
So I said to Bryson here, I says, so what was your father doing in Buffalo? So let's pick up the interview, folks. What was your father doing in Buffalo?
My dad's a linesman in the NHL. And has been working, was at training camp in Buffalo.
Now, what type of training camp? An NHL referees training camp or the Sabres?
Yeah, so they do their own kind of training camp where they run a bunch of kind of games and that stuff. And the younger officials coming in, they officiate all the veterans games. And so it's basically practice for the new guys coming in and fun for the rest of the guys. But they've got a bunch of workouts and that kind of stuff they got to run through.
So I guess when we look at the fact that you're a strapping youngster, I think you're about 18, am I right? 19, 18. I guess your dad, from the time you were a young gaffer putting on skates, your dad has always been a hockey guy.
Yeah, yes.
How many games has he refereed in the NHL?
I think he's about 1,100 now.
Well, that's getting up there, isn't it, eh? Yeah. So now he's traveling all winter. Did you get to see him that often?
He's home about 8 to 10 days a month, kind of depends.
So it all depends where the schedule puts him and all that?
Yeah.
Now, last week, your mom was here watching the game. I don't know whether she's watching tonight. But your father, does he watch all these games if he's not refereeing or out?
Yeah, he tries to watch as many games as he can, and it's kind of the same thing back. I try to watch as many games as I can of his. He just kind of logs in, likes to watch him on the road.
So when he's playing, he's not playing, he's refereeing. And suppose he's doing a game in St. Louis. So your mom finds out where he's going to be, right?
Yeah.
So how do you kind of search around the web to get where he's playing or how to watch it? Or?
Well, he normally tells me because he likes to call, so we kind of call and talk every day. And so he'll tell me where he is every day, and we'll just chat for a little bit.
Okay. Now, this is quite interesting, and has he ever, in your career, given you any tips towards hockey or anything like that?
All the time. So he runs his own power skating camp back in Seattle. And so that's all he does is he critiques my skating all the time.
So he's on to you on the skating aspect, is he?
Yeah, he's on to me over all of it.
Okay, well, that's good. I mean, you got a dad who's like, so hockey is his life. And
hockey's his
now,
life.
Is it something you would like to continue into as well?
It is. So while I'm here, I'm actually going to be doing some refereeing and that stuff while I'm here on my off days.
Refereing in the area here?
Yeah, just youth hockey, that kind of stuff.
Well, that's neat. I did refereeing many years ago. I had an old friend wanted to know if I'd be interested way back in the days of the World Hockey Association, the first time with Bobby Hall, and I said, no, I don't want to do that, but I know some guys who went out and do that. Is your dad happy doing that as an official? I mean, lots of travel and all that?
He loves it. He loves watching all the players. I think he really enjoys it.
Well, I guess so. He's doing it. What about the travel? Get to him a little bit?
The travel has its perks. The travel does have its perks.
Yeah.
So he says he doesn't like being on the road away from us all the time, but I don't know. I think he secretly likes a little bit. Likes a little bit of a break.
Now, when you and your mom watch a hockey game that your dad is officiating, do you watch the hockey game or do you watch your pop?
I like to watch him because I like to end up critiquing him on his skating. Just give it back to him a little bit.
And he takes it, does he?
Not very well, but he takes it.
Well, that's pretty good. Now let's come back to you. You're a tall young guy. Now you're not in the lineup tonight. You got a bit of an injury, haven't you?
Yeah, I hurt my wrist
and
at the AJ main camp.
Now, the very first game we did in the exhibition series here was that 5-12 win with Summerland. And I mentioned at the time that the games really didn't get going until you whacked somebody over there with a good hit right in front of your old bench, and then it really started. Are you a physical type player?
I like to kind of get in the corners. I don't weigh a whole lot, but I like to hit when I can and kind of open up some hitting and just kind of get the game going.
Well, you look pretty good. You're 6'1". No, you're not. You're not in the world wrestling type of thing, but you're still put together well, and you're fast on your blades, aren't you?
Thank you. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, well, I guess that comes from your father, right?
It does.
Now, did your father encourage you to get into minor hockey when you were a kid and all that?
Yeah, he did, but we used to billet like for the Everett Silvertips in the WHL, so I've always grown around like hockey players and that kind of stuff, so I kind of got into it myself. But he definitely put me on skates and just taught me how to do it, and that was it from there.
Now, we used to have a Coyote by the name of Bobby LaRue, whose uncle was Denny LaRue, the referee, and your family knows him too, don't they?
Yeah, my dad knows him pretty well. They're pretty good buddies.
And I guess I know Denny has done Olympic hockey. Has your dad done any Olympic yet?
No, my dad hasn't done the Olympics yet. He did the opening in Sweden a couple years ago. Did the opening in China last year. Yeah, and he's done the Heritage Classic, the All-Star Game, like those kind of events.
So do these officials travel together when they go places, or are they just kind of by themselves?
They're by themselves. Sometimes they'll get the occasion where they'll go with somebody else to a different city, but that's not all the time.
They're not in teams, really, are they?
No. They're one big team.
So he could be assigned just wherever, and the NHL assigns him. And does he get a ticket? Does he have to buy his own ticket? Is all that looked after?
It's all looked after.
So he just says they tell him you're going to be in Dallas, so wherever he is, it's all looked after. He goes to Dallas. Do they have the rooms or the hotels and all that?
He's got to book all that stuff for himself, but they'll pay for all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your mom, she enjoys having a couple of hockey. And now, are there any more hockey people in your family?
I have my younger brother. He stopped for a year just because he's more of a school guy and would like to focus on his school. So he stopped for a year. He's actually getting back into it this year. He'll play in Everett. But then I've got two younger siblings, but one of them's into tennis and the other one's into volleyball.
Okay. All sports guys, eh?
All sports. Well, but I've got a younger sister. The younger sister's in volleyball.
Wow, that's quite a family and quite athletic, eh?
Big family, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. It's really great to talk to somebody, because you don't really often get to talk to somebody whose dad is an NHL official. You know how we all are about hockey.
Yeah.
Well, that's just fantastic. Now, as to you, where do you want to go from here, sort of thing?
I'd hopefully like to play here this year and try to sneak into a junior A team next year. If not, play here again, that's for sure. And then hopefully go to college from there. Now,
the coach here, Mark Chase, is quite educated as well. I think he's a BSc. He's got his Bachelor of Science degree.
Very smart guy.
Is that good? Where you want to continue? You'd like to keep your schooling going. The fact that he's pushes you in that direction.
Yeah, he does a lot. He pushes a lot of the school kids into staying in school and making sure they're there. He's really big on school. He's really big on like rules and making sure that we're like
on time.
Yeah, on time.
You were tell me about that last night, or the practice just the other day.
Yeah.
You're all under the lights, and I heard the fact that if you're late in the morning, you could be sitting for getting for some discipline, right?
You could, yeah. I've learned that one the hard way, that's for sure.
Now, there's nothing wrong with that, though, is there?
No, not at all. It gets all of us in check, and I like it.
Yeah, so there you go. That's it. Well, listen, Bryson Rody, is just a delight to talk to you. You're a good-looking young guy here. You've got your head screwed on the right way, and you got some things going, and it was interesting. You know, what's really unusual is talking to a young guy about his father. Yeah. So thanks for spending that with us, because I know the people on the line would enjoy hearing that.
Yeah, thank you for
What's your dad's first name?
Vaughn.
Vaughn, and you can see when he said referee, you can always look and Those of us can look and see.
He's number 73. He's actually out with a shoulder injury right now, too.
73.
So he's back in February.
Oh, he'll be out till February.
Yes.
Oh, my. So what's he doing now? Is he kind of trying to get it back into shape? Or?
He is. He's doing a lot of physical therapy. He's planning a lot of trips to come out here and watch us. That's for sure.
Oh, is he going to be here?
He is. Yeah.
Well,
he came for our first game in Princeton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen. When he shows up, maybe we'll cut him on and say hi.
I will. I'll give him a call.
We don't want to be talking to you because if we are, that means you're not in the lineup, right?
I want to stay in the lineup the rest of the year.
Okay. Well, listen. You get healed up, and thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bryson Rody, folks, from Lake Stevens, Washington, right?
Vaughn Rody is from Winnipeg, Manitoba. He moved to the Seattle area to pursue a referee career in the WHL. While working at Boeing, then came the call to the big league, and he did his first NHL game on October 8th, 2000, when St. Louis played the Mighty Ducks in Anaheim. We hope he stops by and visits us during one of the games here at Osoyoos. I'm Tom Shields on KIRO.